I'm so embarrassed, I think I might just crawl under a rock and die. Hey creeps, what's up? It's me, Megan.
Megan
Tenius.
An artist who's obsessed with monsters and feelings. And today we're going to talk about red cheek horror.
Embarrassment.
As I sit here and talk to you today in my cool denim jacket, you might be thinking to yourself,
Hey, that looks like a confident adult woman who probably never gets embarrassed.
but in reality, I'm kind of a nervous wreck. And I'm strange and sensitive. Sometimes I tell jokes without thinking about them, or I wear a sweatshirt backwards all day, or right before I hang up the phone, I accidentally tell my boss I love them.
Yeah, I'll get that to you by end of day. Okay, all right, love you.
Or take earlier today, for example. I was at home alone, and sometimes when I'm alone, I like to just kind of get a cupcake and pretend like I'm Daryl Hall from Hall & Oates. It's totally normal and something everybody does at one point in their life or another. Right? But suddenly my friends visiting from out of town busted in way earlier than I expected. I frantically collected myself and took off my wig and then approached them with lots of enthusiasm, hoping they'd forget what they just saw. And if that wasn't enough horror already, they pointed out that I had a little cupcake on my mouth. That moment was mortifying. But what's almost worse is the obsession over it that comes for days, weeks, months, and years to follow.
Oh my god, remember earlier today?
Don't remind me.
It was so bad.
Oh my god, it was so
mortifying.
mortifying.
Horrendous. It's the end of January and your Christmas tree is still up.
Maybe they didn't think it was that weird. No, they definitely thought it was the weirdest. Get a blanket and hide from the world forever!
Here we go. Embarrassment. A word so difficult to spell that it actually means the feeling you get when you try to spell it.
Embarrassment can stem from a number of different things, but usually it happens when we do something deemed socially or publicly unacceptable, throwing us into a debilitating spiral of worrying about what other people think of us.
And because the universe has gifted me with a naturally rosy complexion, my embarrassment monsters surface immediately whenever I do something strange. They scream critical and horrible words through my cheeks at high saturations of red and pink, just blowing my cover that I can hide my shame. Ironically, the red cheeks just make the emotion worse. I'm terrified of people pointing out that my cheeks are red and saying, "Aw, is Megan embarrassed?" Yeah, dude, I am. So what? And to shift this awful emotion, I like to remember that blushing when I'm embarrassed just shows that I care. If you can read my emotions, it just means I'm honest and I feel stuff, and that's nothing to be ashamed of. It's also good to remind yourself that
You're your biggest critic.
and no one really cares that much.
And like, I'm aware that my blush monsters look a little bit like zits, but hey, it kind of works because zits are embarrassing too, right? And lastly, I'm gonna leave you with this quote from Rochelle E. Goodrich.
Relax. The world's not watching that closely. It's too busy contemplating itself in the mirror.
Hey, thanks for watching this embarrassing episode of Monster Brain. Please tap that like button and leave me a comment down below about what monsters you might be battling this week. Also would love to know how you've defeated the embarrassment monster before. Subscribe to Snarled and create about your feelings this week. If you don't want to make something from scratch, then hey, that's fine too. Download my drawing today and color that in. Therapeutic, you'll feel good, and if you do, please upload it to the internet using the hashtag MonsterBrain and tag We're Snarled and Megan Tenius so that we can see your work and support you. Until next week, I love you. Goodbye.